Hey guys, I'm Coach Jan and welcome to MFA. I am the former team captain, coach of the US Tai Chi push hands team, which is a grappling sport based on Tai Chi. So all the Tai Chi work that we're going to do here today has been pressure tested under intense competition. And I love sharing this stuff from that perspective because what we're going to do right now is called revving the engine. So let's get right to it. This revving the engine is going to allow us to feel more connected and more balanced when we're receiving and redirecting pressure. So the first thing we're going to do is get into our half horse stance. This half horse stance is going to be about shoulder width and a half apart. The feet are going to be about parallel. You don't have to be too strict, but it shouldn't be like all the way out like that. So here we're going to take our pubis bone, drop it down, and then lift it up as if it's pulling strings connected to the heels. So we're lifting just the pubis bone, but we're staying with the knees somewhat bent. We're gonna take our fingers, tap our sternum, and collapse the sternum. And then we're gonna lift it up, 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 as if a string is pulling it from the sky or from the ceiling. Then we're gonna take our shoulders, and we're gonna scrape the sky or ceiling, and tuck the shoulder blades in the back pocket. Then we're going to take our occiput right here, pretty much base of the skull area, and we're going to lift it as if it's pulling strings away from the heels also. So we're going to lift it up. And then we're going to imagine the crown, more specifically the structural crown, right back here, not the spiritual crown that you may do in meditation, right back here. And we're going to lift it up. I'm going to use my hair as a little bit of a string. That imaginary string lifts you up, 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 up. And once you have this nice structure for yourself, you're going to allow yourself to feel like there's honey running down this structure. That honey is melting relaxation. So you've created the structure, and now you're relaxing internally within the structure, consciously moving down, as if you're dangling from this imaginary string, and each vertebra is melting away from the next, from the last. And it keeps going down, and you should feel it. Allow yourself to feel it, going all the way even through the hips. The hips should feel like a bowl of water full to the brim, and they're slightly tilted over, so it starts to spill out the front just slightly. The relaxation keeps going down the legs, down the kneecaps, down through the ankles and heels into the ground, and from the mind, it's as if the mind goes through the heels like a nail into the ground. So the weight is mostly on the heels. From this posture, we're going to take our hands like we're meditating and then bring them together like a hollow fist. So not a full clenched fist, but just hollow. Inhaling deep into the lower dantian or second chakra. This area that's about 3 finger lengths or 2 inches below your belly button. We're going to focus in that area, and we're going to focus breathing there, giving the sensation of breath a color, with the tongue gently placed on the ceiling of the mouth, slight tension in the anus, and all the breathing in and out through the nose to help us regulate our breath. So nothing coming out of the mouth will remain closed the entire time during this exercise. Inhale deep, and exhale, let the pelvis rotate on the femur. Keep the weight on the heels. And then inhale, the breath pulls you to the side and up, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Inhaling up, hips come forward, upper body goes back, exhaling down. Inhaling up, hips go forward, upper body goes back, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. The breath should feel like a rope that you're climbing, so you're inhaling this color visualization. And I'll talk about this the entire time, visualizing your breath as a color and exhaling, releasing it. So you're climbing this visualized breath and then releasing the visualized breath. And then we're going to reverse it, go the other direction. In traditional Chinese medicine, this exercise has specific health benefits, including redirecting heat trapped in the chest cavity. So it's really helpful when you're stressed, maybe even a little congested. Again, it's called Dragon Whips Its Head. I do it about 6 times each side. And this is an exercise from the 8 pieces of brocade, which is another video set that we have on here as well. We're going to drop the hands down. We're going to inhale up. Breath lifts the wrists. We're going to exhale, wash the breath through the palms and fingertips. We're going to inhale, draw the breath in. And we're going to exhale, let the fingers float down as if the fingers are touching the back of our body. This is called an attention circuit. This will help you with being able to feel inside your body and be able to deepen your touch when you touch another person, to feel inside someone else's body. Very important. So we're taking the attention wherever we are here, that's where we are on the back of our body. So the fingers are facing upward. I'm focusing on my upper neck, and I'm going to allow my fingers, wherever they are, to melt the tension on that area of the body. Keep going down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, the hips, the buttocks, the backs of the legs, behind the kneecaps, the calves, the ankles, the heels into the ground. This is going to help massively with proprioception, looking internally, being able to see inside the body, your own body, and then being able to direct that skill into other people's bodies, which is, again, massive for grappling, massive for healing, massive for a lot of things. So we're going to be inhaling up. Exhale, wash out. You think of it as an empathy tool, and especially if you're a martial artist, strategically utilizing empathy. Massive concepts that we do on the US Tai Chi push hands team. So anywhere in the back of the body, the fingers are softening at that level. Back of the hips, back of the legs, behind the kneecaps, the calves, the ankles, the heels into the ground. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale, breath pulls the wrist back. And now we're going to direct the fingers as if they're inside the body, facing forward. So as if my hands are inside my head and softening the area that the same level that the fingers are on. So wherever the fingers are pointing, the forehead softening from the inside. Behind the eyes, the face, lips, the throat. Behind the rib cage, intercostal muscles, softening. Behind the abdominal wall, softening. The groin, softening. Down, down, down the legs, down the shins, down the feet. Inhaling up. Exhale out. Again, as if the fingers are behind the skin, behind the musculature. Softening, keep going down. At every level, wherever your fingers are, that's where you're relaxing inside the body. Inhaling up. And now we're going to do it as if we're in the center line of the body. The center line awareness should feel as if from this string that we're lifting up, the body, the center line itself, the awareness is almost like a pillar of light. And all of the bones and muscles, veins, etc. are wrapped around this pillar like vines. So as we go down, it's as if we're relaxing. The fingers are spreading out from this pillar of light and softening all of the organs. So we soften in the brain, soften down the vocal cords, the trachea, the esophagus, softening in the stomach, softening the intestines. We're picturing in our mind each of the organs as we do this. The spleen, the liver, the kidneys, the bladder, all the way down the reproductive organs, even through the bone marrow, going down the legs into the ground. One more time. Breath lifts the wrists, inhaling up. Exhale, wash the breath through the palms and fingertips, pushing it out. Inhale, the breath pulls only the wrists back like strings. That means that your elbows stay down. And then exhale, softening in the brain, relaxing the eyeballs, relaxing the vocal cords, throat, all the way down, softening even in the heart, relaxing all the way down, even to the spinal cord. Keep going down. All of the organs. Through the bone marrow, down, down, down. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the breath through the palms and fingertips. Inhale, gather. The breath will pull through your arms into the belly. That means the color visualization moves like a vehicle driving to your belly. We're giving the attention to vehicle through this color visualization. Inhale. This is called golden tortoise. The pelvis rotates on the femur. The weight stays on the heels. And just so you can see from the side, my back is going to become parallel, chest parallel to the ground, back flat like a table, eyes looking straight down, elbows on my eye line. When I'm in this posture, my abdomen is slightly activated to help structure my posture. My weight stays on the heels and the knees stay bent. I'm going to inhale into the belly. And I'm going to exhale, wash the color down the legs. Inhaling into the belly. Exhale, washing the color through the lungs. Strengthening the lungs. So you're programming that color visualization with the intention to strengthen. Inhaling deep. Exhale, wash the color visualization down the arms to the hands. Inhale deep. And exhale wherever you want to gain strength in the body. Inhale, open the hands up, and exhale, reaching through the legs, crossing the arms, and then uncrossing them. So that means that at one point, they're going to come out like this. The hands are behind you, and you're going to lift the collarbone to reestablish the posture. Oftentimes when people reach, they're going to reach through here and bend the back. So that's okay if that happens, as long as you lift your collarbone and reestablish that posture. Inhale deep, and exhale, wash the color through the entire body like a radar, scanning the body. Inhaling deep. Exhale, do it again, and scan this time for any dark patches or cold areas or areas that are too hot. Anything that feels out of alignment, out of balance. Inhale deep. And if you've identified those areas, exhale, wash the color to those areas and give them instructions. If it's too dark, fill it up with light. If it's hot, feel the area disperse the heat and cool down. If it's cold, fill the area with heat and balance it out with the body. Inhaling deep. Exhale and wash the hands down. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Wrists lift the body. Exhale, wash here. And by this time, your legs might be burning a bit. So we're going to take a moment. That exercise, again, was Golden Tortoise from the 12 yin set of Ne Gong, which is like weightlifting for intention in the Wu style of Tai Chi. We're going to inhale, draw the breath up the leg, and we're going to let the leg relax here, exhaling out, kicking. The breath visualization is pushing through the leg. We're relaxing the muscles so we can feel the blood cascade down. So there's the exhalation, the visualization, and the relaxation, so the blood cascades through the muscle. This is called a flash relaxation. It's a very important skill to develop. Draw the breath up like you're reeling in a fishing line up the leg into the belly, and then exhale, kicking out the color visualization, relaxing the musculature so you can feel the blood cascade down. All of this is happening at once to help you push the mind through the limbs. And then we'll take a moment and sit. If you don't need to take the break, next time you can skip that, but it's still really healthy for you to practice these flash relaxations. They're incredibly helpful, especially if you're in the grappling arts, of being able to suddenly drop weight, to suddenly move pressure in various directions, to aim and fire pressure in a relaxed way. This exercise is the second exercise in the 12 yin set of Neigong. Again, that's like weightlifting for intention. They're highly isolated Qigong exercises that are very important in the Tai Chi system, 1/3 of the Tai Chi system, in fact. We're going to inhale and draw the breath down into the belly, gather the breath here, and exhale, wash the breath down the arms to the palms of fingertips. The circuit that we're creating is with our eyes open. Your eyes can be focused into the distance. You can oscillate between something that's closer to you and farther away to help train the eyeballs. The weight is washing mostly down the inside of the legs. And remember, in these postures, you can always feel free to reset your posture, dropping the pubis, lifting it up as if it's pulling strings from the heels. Lift the shoulders up, or sternum up first. Shoulders up, drop the shoulder blades down, occiput up, and then from here, take the shoulder blades, which are pulled down and back, and push them forward so that the shoulder blades disappear into the upper back. So my shoulder blades here tucked in. Now I want it to disappear and have all of this be smooth on my back. This is called opening the valves. Some people call it closing the valves, but the point here is that every Tai Chi system has a version of doing this to help the circulation in the arms surge. So the more sensitive you become, the more you might start to feel circulation increasing at your fingertips and your palms. In fact, almost every Tai Chi system believes that their way is the ideal way to do it. And they're all good. They're all different. And if you play the sport of Tai Chi push hands, which is grappling, you'll find that every one of them has its own value at a certain time. Here in the Wu style, we're going to keep the arms like blades. That means there's an imaginary line between the middle finger and the elbow. And the elbows are as if there are weights hanging on them and they're aiming right at the ground. So if you find yourself like this, we're going to soften here, which is going to help soften the shoulder, which is going to help the circulation going to the palms and fingertips move that much more readily. Again, every breath is coordinated with breathwork visualization. So we're drawing the breath into the belly, it's gathering, it's exhaling, coming up through the shoulder blade and pushing out through the hard part of the arms, to the palm, to the upper part and the fingertips. I will often stay here for at least 6 breaths, and then we level it up and go onto our toes and sink and sit. At least 6 breaths here as well. I also recommend keeping a gentle inward smile while you're doing any of these exercises. This inward smile is really meant just for you, and there's all these amazing physiological effects when we smile. It's very gentle, inward, and my Tai Chi teacher used to say that eventually you want all of your cells to smile, which is a lofty goal. But it's also a very precise formula of programming the body to feel a certain way. And we start with this beautiful, wonderful smile just for you. We turn the palms up now. This is called holding the golden bowl. So this is embracing the one. This is holding the golden bowl. This is the third exercise from the 12 yin set of Neigong from the Wu style of Tai Chi. The breath work changes here to what's called big orbit breathing. Remember the slight tension in the anus and the tongue on the ceiling of the mouth. Now we're going to be inhaling, drawing the breath from the toes to the top of the head as you inhale like a tidal wave. The awareness moves up, and then as you exhale, goes from the top of the head to the heels. However, I will give you this note. If you are already doing breath work that is telling you to go up the back of the body and then exhaling down the front, definitely do that and don't switch it up, meaning just reverse what I'm about to say. So I'm going to inhale up the front and down the back, but if you're already breathing up the back, down the front for other training that you do, please keep that and just keep doing your big orbit in either direction, but don't switch them up. So I'm inhaling up the front and my awareness moves up. It's as if I have a camera and my camera is placed on the ground where my toes are, looking from the inside the body outward. And I lift it up. The camera comes up here and I exhale, the camera washes down the back. Perspective washing down the back as if I'm a waterfall. Inhale up like a tidal wave. Exhale down the back like a waterfall. If you're a grappler or into any of those sports, notice that you have two underhooks here. And if you ever notice anything about my hands, I actually have scar tissue from birth. I never turn my palms all the way over, so your palms should be facing upward. Inhaling up, exhaling down the back. Inhaling up the front, exhaling down the back. Again, the idea of softening the shoulder blades so that they push forward. It's going to help to give you that extra power, oftentimes overlooked, especially for boxers, but also for grapplers, pushing forward. Also massively helpful in weightlifting. Now we're going to go on the toes for about 6 breaths. Gentle smile inward. And dropping down. Inhale deep. Exhaling. And we're going to bring one hand behind the back, the other hand in front. The hand and foot from the side, same hand and same foot. Eyes looking at the palm like a mirror, especially the middle finger. And then when we exhale, we're going to show the mirror. We're going to come forward into what's called an A-frame. This A-frame, it's going to have an imaginary line from the top of the head to the back heel. So notice that I have that line here. And then I have toe, knee, nose alignment. Like Tony knows, because Tony's a great guy. Toe, knee, nose alignment. From here, I'm going to inhale, scoop, like I'm knocking snow off the top of a car. And exhale, pushing the breath out. Inhale, scooping. Inhale even deeper, 2-stage inhalation. Exhale, washing out. So stage 1 inhalation is as if I'm pulling color into my belly down the arm. And then stage 2, I'm inhaling even deeper, pulling the color across my body, pulling weight across my body very gently, like my fingers are suction cups. And I exhale. Turn the mirror, show the mirror, throwing the weight out. Inhale, scooping. Inhale even deeper. This exercise can be done on its own, and also is the first exercise in Tai Chi push hands. So if you have a partner, you'll just connect your wrists and you'll both be doing the same thing. But this exercise will help you massively in extension, and it's also really wonderful for feigning overcommitment. So if you're into wrestling or grappling, the idea of bringing your body too far forward and being able to have your weight disrupted. But this back heel, this A-frame, helps you to feign overcommitment and is really wonderful in counter wrestling. Inhaling deep, exhaling. And we're going to switch sides. Inhale deep, exhale. Notice that the back foot is straight as well, rather than at 45 degrees. If you want more work, stability work, etc., you're going to keep this back foot parallel to the front foot. That means that both feet are going to be as if you're standing on two beams, shoulder width apart. In fact, the weight is so far back or so deeply connected into the back leg that you should be able to lift the front leg without disrupting your stance. So you're going to exhale, shift away from the front to the back, palm like a mirror, show the mirror. And when you push in Tai Chi push hands, you're not just pushing with the hand, you're using the entire surface area of the arm as leverage points. So wherever your opponent touches on the body becomes a leverage point. Inhale, scoop. Inhale even deeper. Exhale. Tai Chi push hands is also known as Tuisho. So if you ever want to do your own research on that, or on the US Tai Chi push hands team, you may also find it under the name Tuisho. Inhale, even deeper. Exhale. Inhale, scoop. Remember, take this toe, lift it up. The reason we're lifting the toe up is so that the weight fully transfers to the back leg. If you were to keep the foot down, notice what happens here. Even if I try to force myself to stay back, my body slightly comes forward, which means that my weight doesn't fully transfer to the back. And there's a time for that, to keep the foot down. But for this particular training, you're allowing yourself to fully transfer the weight. And again, you should be able to lift that foot up. So here we're sliding the full surface area of the arm forward. We're keeping the elbow down, which keeps the shoulder relaxed, which keeps you more flexible. And this also becomes a martial guard-like position, or inhaling, scooping. Inhale even deeper. So it's both a leverage point and a protective guard for strikes, etc. Again, I do recommend, if you're interested in push hands, to research what I'm saying, because there's a lot of details that need to be seen to understand why these movements are the way that they are. Inhale deep, exhale. So this is a pressure redirection discipline, push hands. And this Qigong, Neigong style exercise that we're doing right now essentially helps to prepare you for one particular single-handed push hand game. There are many different balance games that you can play with these techniques, all of which are massive as foundational tools to help you with all different types of movement disciplines, martial arts, sports, and otherwise, and just navigating the world on a daily basis. If it wasn't for Tai Chi, I really don't know how I'd be able to move through the world. It's definitely been instrumental in my understanding of physical reality. And I've been fortunate because I grew up in a Tai Chi family. So, exhaling down, we're going to finish up. If we were in person, I would connect you with partners and do push hands now. But right now, we're going to focus directly on uplifting heaven. If you watch the Ape Arcade video on this app, you'll find a very detailed breakdown of this particular exercise, as well as other foundational Qigong exercises. But here, what we're really doing is keeping our feet parallel, an imaginary string lifting us from the top of the head, as per all of our exercises. And the breath lifts the wrists first, and then exhale, wash the color out, the breath color out. Inhale, slurping it into the fingertips, into the belly, exhaling down, inhaling up, and exhaling out. Breathing formula 2, inhale even deeper, intensify the breath, exhaling down, inhaling up, stretch onto the toes, out of the hips, out of the shoulders, exhale down. Breathing formula 3, inhale up, exhale, wash the color out. Inhale, stage 1. Intensify the breath even deeper, stage 2. Even deeper, more intense, stage 3 inhalation. Exhale. And now we're going to move on to the 4-stage inhalation, which is actually one big breath with 4 stages. Stage 1. Inhale deeper, stage 2. Deeper, 3. Deeper, 4. And the exhalation is now as long as, if not longer than the inhalation. Washing the breath as the color down the arms and down the legs, like there's sunlight in the belly. Washing it out. One more. And that's what I call revving the engine. So really, really important stuff to do to start the day, especially if you're going to do any more pressure type of exercises, meaning that if you're going to work with a partner, the partner is going to be pressing on you, moving you, etc. This is going to help you get into the zone to work with partners. So I love this stuff. I love sharing it. I'm Coach Jan again. I'll see you soon.